Guys, jumping on. So I'm not in a hurry to I wasn't in a hurry to I'm not in a hurry to I wasn't in a hurry to start talking here because I'm planning to be here on this live for about 40 minutes today. So yesterday I did a live and I was there for 20 minutes. So that was kind of a new experience, different experience. This time, my goal is to be here for 40 minutes. What am I going to talk about? Well, general stuff, things that I've learned, things that I have um, recently been thinking about, dealing with, etc. And hopefully, you guys can hear it if you are online. And if not, it's a recording. So there's a bunch of things that I've learned. First of all, what I learned is that I need to be more stable on the camera because yesterday when I was live, it wasn't very stable, and I was moving around and things like this. So that needs to change a little bit. And I realized that if I do have the lives recorded at some point down the track, I can probably repurpose it or reuse it. So I can see someone joining. So if you're here, say hi, say your name, etc. Introduce yourself. That's just one of you I'm talking to directly at the moment. Yes, and then hopefully the idea is over time we can repurpose this content as well, and we can um, utilize it, etc. So I'm at a new place today. I'm going to be here for a couple of days. I'm going to share about my thinking around fasting, my thinking about taking time out, dealing with everyday challenges, etc., etc. I'm gonna just chill and talk because there is no rush, and we're gonna make it 40 minutes. So yeah, if you have the time, if you want to stick around, and let's just connect. Let's just have a brief chat and experiment. I'm gonna try and get a little bit of a light in this room. It's a completely new place for me, so I'm gonna set things up while I am on live. So yeah, we'll do this. Stick around. If you have any questions, just pop in. I wish it had a system. We had a system to um actually. Oh, this is a little bit better, I think. Yeah, a bit better. All right, first thing first, open a let's pop open DJI, this little tool. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how I set this up on the camera. Actually, um, interesting thing is I have to use this phone's camera, so it may be a little bit strange experience. So I'm simply going to stick around and do this while this thing's turned on. This thing turns itself on automatically, and then you plug it in like this. This is really cool, and that's it. And what you do is there's a little device right here, this little tool right here. What you do is you pop it in. I have a second phone, so I'll show you. Um, Hopefully, I can use this opportunity to talk about a whole bunch of different stuff. So one of them is this idea that I use two phones. So I use almost identical two iPhones. It saves me a whole bunch of time. So if you're considering using two phones, go for it. It's a great hack. Search YouTube, the benefits of using two phones, etc. So what you do is this DJI thing. You basically take it and you pop it in here like this, and this goes on top right here like this, and it stabilizes itself. So actually, I had this for a long time. I've never really used it. I double click like a, so you need to adjust it first. I actually don't use it for this phone, so I'll just balance it, and and then what you do is you basically do this, and it automatically stabilizes itself. And there's a little bit of a playing around. Anyhow, this is not set up for this particular phone, and you can, let me just turn it on. Let's just turn it off. This is not actually turned on for this particular phone, set up for this phone. So I'm not going to rush. Anyhow, what I'm going to do is I'm going to plug this in onto this phone and see if this makes a bit of a difference for the camera position. So um, just in my hotel room. So just bear with me, guys. Hopefully this makes the whole thing a little more interesting. Okay, so there you guys are. All right, so now I have a little button that helps me move things around like this. Okay, it gives me more stable. All right, there you go. So let's find a good position to pop this on. Oh, not maybe. Maybe here is better. Here is good. Here's pretty good. Okay, guys. Since I'm here, let's see if it's balanced. It seems a little wonky. So I sense that there is a sense of urgency when you are on camera live because people are coming and going. And there's a little sense of urgency that, hey, people might not stay here for longer, very long. So there's a sense of urgency. But I think it's not necessary because we can save this video, we can publish this video. So the last live, I actually popped it in live. So that was great. Sorry, uploaded it. So that's great. So it's there as a repository. We can download it, cut it, chop it, utilize it. If not, we can repurpose it. I think it's a little more, yeah, I think it's a little more balanced now. That's great. Oh, guys, so what's going through my head? Oh, I see. You can. I didn't realize you can. Oh, this is my hotel room right there. I didn't realize you can actually do this. So I can go on my back camera. Okay, so that's great. So you can now see the setup. So that's really good. So you can see the setup of how this entire phone works. This setup works, and that's the back camera, and that's me in the front camera. I guess if I can do this and zoom. So if I use this button, you can see that it moves. Yeah, some of you guys out there who are pros probably already have used this many times, so it's really good. Anyhow, so what's going through my head? Well, first of all, let's talk a little bit about YouTube and what I'm learning so far. So yesterday, I checked out a bunch of videos. I really enjoyed it. It was by Mr. Beast, um, and just seeing his process and how he was grinding for a long period of time sounded really good. It was very interesting. What I found interesting there was this uh, concept that when you feel passionate about something, you just do it. When you feel a little sense, a little tingling in your heart that, hey, this might be something that is going to work, you take action. Um, I, okay, I am from, at the moment, Bangladesh. I'm originally Bangladeshi, but I moved to Australia and lived there for many, many years. And so, hi, Yaku. And Yaku Trading. And right now I'm traveling and in Bangladesh right now. So generally native in Australia. I live in Australia. Yeah. So feel free to ask questions, guys. It makes it a little more interesting and interactive. So feel free to ask any question. Where are you from, Yaku? Anyhow, so what I was saying is that yeah. So right now I feel excited, passionate about doing this because I want to try it out. Now, is it possible that this thing will not succeed? Well, very much, but it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, if you feel passionate about something, just do it. Any growth, any progress, any monetization is yes, yes. I am from Bangladesh. I'm Bangladeshi. Yaku, I'm Bangladeshi. Um, a little more comfortable speaking in English at the moment because I've lived in Australia for such a long time. But yeah, feel free to ask any question you like. All right. So when you feel passionate about something, my recommendation is just do it. If you don't get paid, doesn't matter. If you feel like there's a little sense of hope, do it. If like what I say to people is a lot of times we don't take actions because we have limiting beliefs. We believe that maybe this will not succeed. We believe that this will be embarrassing. It doesn't matter. Life is so short. Nobody's going to remember. With the age, digital age, in Joshua right now, Yaku, traveling in Joshua. So can't give you too specific of a detail, just for security and safety, but in Joshua right now. That's the general. Anyhow, where are you from? So anyhow, so if you're feeling like you want to do something, let's just say you want to start a channel. Hey, Shaha, welcome. So feel free to ask questions here, Shah. আমাদের এই communication technique to engage রাখতে পারি. By the way, I think this recording will not record the recording will not record everything, but I will try to answer questions. By the way, that's my nickname in the team, Captain. Hi, Shah. So anyhow, so what I was saying, যেটা বলছিলাম, by the way, in this particular live, I'm going to switch between English and Bangla. And that's just what I'm going to do. And hopefully this is okay. Hopefully some Bangla people, Bangladeshiraও join করতে পারে আশা করি। তো যা বলছিলাম guys, so basically if you feel a little sense of passion, if you feel a little sense of drive, or even a little interest in your heart to do something, whether it's starting a business, whether it's starting a relationship, whether it's starting a job or project, anything, if you have a little tingling in your heart, in your mind that I feel like I should do this, my recommendation, guys, listen to that. Listen to that little urge in your heart, in your soul, because that little soul, that little heart, that little gut of yours knows something about you, about your future that nobody in the world understands or knows. And we never really make sense looking forward, like Steve Jobs said. He said we can only make sense of things, or connect the dots looking backwards. So it's getting a little hot, so I'm going to take this off. By the way, I'm gonna chill and talk, really, because people just come and go as they like. So I'm gonna talk as I like as well. Uh, it's my hotel room, so that's there you go. There it goes. So I'm gonna just sit and chat. Yeah, if you have a question, ask. So what happens is most occasions, people don't take action about things they love or they want to do. Maybe you want to become an artist, painter. Maybe you want to start a business, whatever. Maybe, but you don't have the support from your partner, from your family, something. There's always going to be resistance. Before you take off with something, there's always going to be resistance. So it's important yourself not to be one of those resistance. You need to allow yourself to breathe that idea. So if you feel like, hey, I should start a business this year, well, go for it. If you feel like, hey, I should take a break for 7, I was just talking to my friend Luca a minute ago, and he said, I did not work for 7 days. Amazing. All right. Well, no computers, nothing. That's great. You wanted to do that? Go do it. Right now, I'm in a hotel room. I've locked myself in for 2 days. At least that's my goal. And I'm not going to eat any food, guys. So I'll tell you guys a little bit about my food habits as well. It's a little bit behind now, but I'll tell you guys. So, anyhow, so if you feel like that is the right thing to do, go do it. Go do it. um, someone is not going to understand what you're thinking, what you understand, what you can see. Maybe it's your mother, maybe it's your partner, maybe it's your children, whoever. Maybe it's your boss, maybe whoever. People don't understand um, what it is that you can see. So you have to be the person that breathes life into that idea, into that passion when you feel passionate about something. So don't hold yourself back, guys. My suggestion is let your idea have a life. First, you have to breathe life into it by taking a minimal action, small action. If you like starting to do some gardening, well, buy a little tree or just go visit a nursery or like somewhere like plant store or something. This is something I did, by the way. If you like checking out the stock market, well, go give it a crack. You know, go give it a crack. Nothing or nobody is stopping you. So what happens is if we don't breathe this idea, if we don't breathe this life into our idea, that idea never ever gets life. It doesn't get a chance or opportunity to walk. It doesn't get a chance or opportunity to talk. It doesn't get a chance or opportunity to run. It doesn't get a chance or opportunity to fly. So the quicker we try our ideas out, the better and faster we can do something. And it's important. So, and the faster you fail, the faster you recover. Let's imagine you're in a relationship, and there are some difficult conversation with your partner, right? Well, go have those difficult conversations fast, because if we don't have it today, you're gonna have it tomorrow. You're gonna have it the next day, next month, next year. You're gonna have to have that difficult conversation today or tomorrow or 5 years later. You're gonna have that, and the more time you wait, the harder it's gonna be. And just like that, guys, it looks like the hotel I'm in, the power's gone. So anyhow, this is resistance, but I think I'm still live somehow. So I'm going to be in the dark. Yeah, I can take you guys out for a minute. So okay, let's try this. I'm gonna try and go out. All right. Maybe you can also come with me, guys. All right. This just makes this whole thing a little more interesting. Yeah, okay. Not getting a lot of privacy there. All right. So what I was saying is that if you have an idea, breathe life into that idea. Take action. Take action. Take action about that idea. Even if you fail, it doesn't matter if you fail, right? Life is so fast these days. We are so distracted that we're gonna forget it. Anyway, just a few days time, nobody remembers who you are, where you are from, what's happening, etc., etc. So in some ways, I'm actually really excited to fail on this YouTube journey because every time I fail, I get a quick turn around and I know what the next thing is that I should be doing. So my suggestion is fail, but take action on your idea. If you have a hard conversation you need to have with your boss, have that hard conversation. If you have a hard conversation you need to have with your parents, well, have that hard conversation because you're going to face a difficult situation today or 5 days time or 5 weeks time. Why don't you have it right now? And here's the thing: if if you breathe in idea life into the idea, maybe this idea will take roots. Maybe your idea will walk one day. Maybe it'll crawl one day. You have to allow your idea to crawl. You have to allow your idea to um, walk. You have to allow your idea to run. Things like this. All right. I think I'm making a lot of noise. Just let me try and go back to my room. Yeah, the light's back. Fantastic. All right, back into my room. Let's lock it up proper. All right. All right. So here we are. I'm gonna try and pop this down again. All right. Here we are, guys. All right. I think I've rambled enough about this simple topic. If you have an idea, take action. Even if the smallest action. And here's the thing: if you don't like it, change it. Who cares? You don't like the idea, it didn't work. Okay, cool. Change it. For example, I'm uploading videos on YouTube. 2 days later, I don't like it. It didn't work out. No worries. I stop and move on. I spent a bunch of time on Twitter. I realized it was okay, but it was not what I wanted. I realized that I like to talk like this even more. And every day, what I'm trying with YouTube, I'll tell you guys what I'm trying with YouTube right now. So, anyhow, so that's the summary. If you have an idea, take action, do something about it. You know, you don't need to feel embarrassed. You don't have to feel shy. Just go do it. If you have a hard conversation you need to have with your parents, go do it. If you have a hard conversation you need to have with your partner, go do it. If you have been thinking about starting a business, go start the business. You know, so that's like I think I'll mention this 1,000 times. Take action because people are coming and going. So I'm going to remind you. I'm going to encourage you to take action. So let me tell you how I have implemented the same thing several times throughout last year and implementing this right now, even with this practice. All right, so I had a little itch that I'll give YouTube a try. Well, actually, if you see my channel, you'll see there's a whole lot of old videos that's been there for many, many years, but I never really took it seriously. The interesting is with YouTube, you cannot go really viral, really big quickly because you're competing with people who are free, people who have first achieved independence on their time. So you have to get time independence first. So to get time independence, you need to get money independent. In other words, you're not worried about your finances, where your money is going to come from. All right. So I'll tell you what I have done and what I am doing. I'm not done yet. I'm only just, starting this, only just learning, etc. But what I did is I reduced my cost, and for maybe the last maybe 6 years, one of the biggest thing that I wanted to do was to get time independence, and location independence is a powerful thing. So when you are independent with time and location, you will generally be able to take a lot of action on other areas. What we tend to do is we have very high expectation. We want the best partner, the best car, the best house, the best location, but it often holds us back. What's a better thing to do? Like anyhow, for me anyway, I'm a minimalist. I like to keep things minimal. I like to keep things simple. I like to reduce my expectations so I'm not so disappointed. All right. I think I don't need this anymore. So okay, actually take this off complete. Actually, let's. So anyhow, so I like to reduce my expectations. When my expectations are low, I can be pretty happy with very little things, right? So I would suggest you guys try something the same. So once you have time and location independence, it's very easy for you to try a whole bunch of other things. And here's the thing: you'll never be able to make everybody happy. Your parents may not be happy, your children may not be happy, your partner may not be happy. Someone somewhere is not going to be happy. So here's going to be our next point that we're going to talk about. It's about being authentic. All right. So we cannot make everybody happy. So we got to take our action regardless. In fact, we will not be able to make ourselves happy all the time. So this is where we have to make a distinction between decision and passion. So are we going to do it because we have made a commitment and decided, or are we going to do something because it's we are passionate about it? So we probably have to have a bit of both, right? So anyhow, so take action with your idea, with your vision, with your dream, whatever that is, whatever small your action might be, just take that action. And the next big thing is to continue doing it, right? So in my first video that I've actually made a lot of chops and a lot of small videos in my channel. By the way, feel free to subscribe. One of the things that YouTube says is you need 1,000 subscribers, so for monetization, that kind of stuff. Not important, but I'm using this as a bit of a benchmark to see if things are progressing. So anyhow, so what I realized is that once you start something, let's just say you want to start a business. Once you start something, then you need to continue every single day, right? Every single day you need to continue. You need to get to a point where it becomes more of a habit than a passion. So, for example, YouTube right now, what I'm trying right now, I realized this live thing is more interesting. Actually, I didn't know I could have done live here. I had all the tools. I've got the best camera. I've got like, I don't think I need very much more than this, just the latest iPhone and a nice little DJI tripod, that kind of stuff. By the way, for those of you who just came in new, let me show you my setup. Just in a hotel, just like this. All right. So yeah, if you want me to talk about something else, feel free to ask questions. I will definitely answer. I'll try and answer, etc. So what I was saying is that um, what you need to do is continue. So uh, time is a very important metric. Understanding and managing time is very, very important. The way you allow time in your life is an important concept. The way you allow other people to use your time is also a very important concept. So let's talk about okay, for those of you who are here, let me talk about a very, very important principle. For those of you, if you want to get rich, this next part is going to help you. All right. All right. So I have this philosophy in mind that I live by that time always comes before money. So time comes before money. All right. So if you want money, we all need some kind of wealth, some kind of money, riches, etc. The better we manage our time, the better we can manage our money. All right. So time comes before money. So if you want to increase your wealth this year, just ask yourself a simple question: how am I managing my time this year? The better you manage your time this year, the better your money outcome will be. Simple, right? I'm not super wealthy, but I understand what it feels like to be financially independent. So if you don't have any control over your time, you're not going to have any control over your money. You always, when you don't have any money, no money whatsoever, when we don't have any money, what we do? What do? We sell our time to earn money, right? We simply just give our people time and they give us money in exchange. So time always comes before money. Now, what comes before time then? So that's an important question. So this is the whole sequence. Time comes before money, and learning comes before time, right? So I wish I had a whiteboard and I could draw all these things, but I can't. So learning always comes before time, right? Maybe tomorrow I use this mirror and I'll have a whiteboard and I'm trying to write down like this. Um, actually, let's try this. So tomorrow I'll try to use this mirror and trying to write here. Maybe that could be an interesting practice. Anyhow, so learning comes before time. Why? Well, let's imagine this. Everything that you earn, or many of us earn in an entire year, maybe Zuckerberg or Musk or maybe Jeff Bezos, they earn it in an hour. They earn in an hour more than most of us will earn, or many of us will earn in an entire year, right? So what's different? They have the same blood in their body. They've got the similar sort of mind. They're eating same amount of time. They go to the toilet the same amount of time. Yeah, maybe a higher bit higher quality. But why do they earn so much more with their same amount of time and we don't? Well, because they know something, and that's what we call learning. They have learned something, and they use that learning to earn more than us, more than you, more than me, right? So yeah, once again, time comes before money and learning comes before time, right? They have 24 hours. Like maybe your bank account is different than mine. Maybe Jeff Bezos, his bank account, well, not maybe, his bank account is very different than most of us. But how does he earn a lot more than us? Well, he's got 20, well, his bank account is different, but his time account is exactly the same. He lives 40 minutes, 1440 minutes, 24 hours a day. You live 24 hours a day. He goes to the toilet probably the same amount of time as you do. He probably sleeps the same amount of time as you do. So he probably ends up having 7 8 hours of free time, right? So the way I look at life, time in general, you need about good 6 to 8 hours of sleep, depending on who you are. Like I live with very small sleep. And then you need, so let's talk about time a little bit. So 6 to 8 hours of sleep, and then you have a good chunk of your life at work, depending on who you are and what you work for. You work from anywhere from 6 hours to maybe 10 hours, 12 hours more, etc. One of the things that I found in my personal life that I operate really well if I can give me myself 4 hours a day. So out of 24 hours, 4 hours is completely 4 hours completely mine, is completely mine. So what do I do there? So during that 4 hours, what I tend to do, well, I do my morning routine, I do my routines, I journal, I work out. Well, you need to eat, you need to clean yourself up, you need to shower. For me, I also introduce a little bit of workout, a little bit of journaling when I have the time, and meditation, etc. So the big things most things are very short, very quick. Take a quick vitamin, take this, that, the other, clean yourself up, easy. But things that takes a little bit more of your time is thing for my time, sorry, is things like workout. So I like to spend a bit more time on workout. I like to work out every single day. And if I have time to do journaling, that takes a bit more. The other things, I have mini habits. So I might do meditation, but I might only do it for a few minutes, or maybe even 1 minute, or even just one breath. In fact, you can just close your eyes and just, that feels good. Just one breath takes feels good. But if you wanted to build a meditation habit, you can start just there, one breath. You can start, right? Remember what we were talking about in the beginning? You can start by taking a small action consistently over time. You get really, really good. All right. So we were talking about time comes before money, and learning comes before time. We don't know how to use our 24 hours. That's why what we earn in 24 hours is very different than what Mark Zuckerberg earns in 24 hours. Same time, different outcome. His knowledge is much better than mine. His capability is much better. He uses his time a lot better. He did use his time a lot better. Maybe he's more relaxed now, but when he was younger, he used his time a lot better. He programmed for hours and hours, right? Some of you might be better in a better position than me. I might be better positioned than some of you. But the idea is very simple. We spent more time, more carefully. That's why we have better outcome. Simple. So time comes before money. I'll repeat the same thing over and over again as many of you coming and going. Time comes before money, and learning comes before time. So you need to learn how to use your time so that you can earn certain amount, right? If you learn better skills, if you learn better skills, then your time will be better used, right? Then you can earn more with the same amount of time. You can, and learning is a powerful, powerful skill. Like if you know how to learn, and learning how to learn is one of the most powerful things. I'm using YouTube right now as my learning practice every single day. Every day I do something different, slightly different, and I learn something different, right? So this is incredible. So guys, I suggest you learn. Okay. So anyhow, if you have a question, pop it in. I would like to answer that. So now, time comes before money. Learning comes before time. Now, what comes before learning? What do you think comes before learning? Why doesn't if this was so easy, if the principle was so easy, you learn, you grow, you earn, use your time carefully, you earn. So why don't everybody learn? Why don't everybody learn? What comes before learning? Why do Jeff Bezos know a whole lot more than you and me about business? Why does Mark Zuckerberg knows a whole lot more about programming, about building social media than us? What came before?
hear me, I got in a little bit interrupted. So let's just say, let's talk about relationship. If you're surrounded by a whole bunch of negative people, what happens? Your partner or yourself will start to become negative, right? So can you go to places that helps your relationship naturally? Well, there's a lot of people who like to go to church or a mosque or environment and things like this. So just give me 1 second, guys. I'm getting a little into... So relationship, okay? So let's follow this process. Everything starts with a place. If you forget everything that I said today and just remember one word, place. Just keep that in your mind, place. So getting your place right is super important, guys. Okay, let's come back to this idea, relationship. How can you follow the same principle, the same pattern to improve your relationship? Just like you can improve your health, your wealth, your relationship. It all starts with a simple concept. So you start with a place. Can you go to a better place? You and your partner, can you change or improve or update the place you're in? Can you update the place or environment? Your house, for example, it's a place. If you have a better place, better house, you'd be happy. Okay? You'd have a better mindset. Both of you will be in a great relationship. What about creating a consistent relationship of going to a place, better place together? Once a week, can you go to a coffee shop? Place. Changes your mindset, changes your perspective, takes you out of, nobody wants to fight in a nice environment because you just feel pleased, you feel serene, you feel helpful. What about if in Bangladesh, I've identified this great organization called Quantum Method, and they teaches you about meditation, lifestyle, a whole sorts of stuff. Can you go to your partner with them once a month, once a week? What about making a habit, going there once a week? That completely changes your perspective, your mindset. Why does people go to church every single week? Why? Because places gives you motivation and encouragement to do better in your relationship. It reminds you, the people around you, trying to be more loyal, more faithful, more loving, more caring, etc. Right? Hi. Just for privacy here, I can't tell you exactly where I am at, but I'm in Joshua right now. All right? Okay, so let's continue this chain of thought because I'm going to wrap up very, very soon. So, okay, so place, your place. If you're in a better place or if you make a habit with your partner of going to a good place in a regular basis, that can completely change you. Right? Very, very important. Very, very important. Second, that's what happens from places. If you go to that places, you're going to start to observe and notice and meet really healthy couples. Other people who are good, who are in good relationship. Right? So if you meet great couple, you will see them, how they interact, how do they talk, how do they respect each other, how do they stay loyal to each other, and you learn they are your role models. Our parents are not always our best role models. Some of you are maybe very, very lucky and they are the best. But sometimes our parents are great, sometimes they're not. Sometimes they teach us some bad habits, bad practices. So we need to get really good role models. We need to see other couples who are good. Some of us have never seen good interactions. How will we ever learn good interactions with our partners? Right? So we need to see good examples. So place gives us the people. What happens from people when we start interacting, when we sit with them, when we eat with them, we talk with them, we see how they love how they care for each other, how they're kind. We become like that. We get infected by that. Subconsciously we get infected by that. And what happens is we then get motivated. Our mindset changes. Once our mindset is different, then we have a willingness to become a good partner for our partner. Right? Whether it's for your partner, for your child, doesn't matter. We want to become a good partner. We want to become a better listener, more patient, more kind, more loving, whatever it may be. But it all is motivated from that place that gave us the people, and the people taught us the mindset and the willingness. Now this is where your action begins. Up until this point, you're influenced by things, other things, external things. But at this point, when you're willing, that's when you start to take action. And what's the action? Well, you start to learn. Well, the couple who are greatly in love, very, very close, what do they have different than you? They have 24 hours, you've got 24 hours. They may not be more rich or poor than you. They're probably in the same position, but why does somebody looks happy? Well, because they learned how to be happy, right? So then you invest in learning. You learn to become a better listener, a kinder person. You learn patience. You learn how to care. Listening is a Great skill, guys. I've created a playlist on this. It's on my channel. Maybe private, I don't know, but if you need it, just let me know. Anything that I have trouble with, listening, kindness, narcissism, gratitude, lack of gratitude, all of this is something that you can learn with your partner. But you have to actively try, right? You have to actively try. Now, listening to one video or watching one video or going to one counseling session is never going to help you. I'll tell you how I have used this with my partner. What we've done is we've created playlists and we listen to that playlist for about 30 days. We'll share voice messages about our learning every single day. That's how we learned. But this is something I also use with my team. This is exactly the same thing we use for with our family members. This is how we learn together. Learning is an everyday part of my life. That's how I grow. I'm not the best in everything, but I'm a constant learner. I'm an avid learner. I love learning every single day, right? So learning then changes your 24 hours. Same 24 hours. You're going to have 24 hours like you had yesterday and today, the next day. But just because of learning, your 24 hours now will be a lot better than the last 24 hours. Just imagine this. If you were to be a bit more grateful person today, that changes forever. Until your deathbed, you're a happy person because you're a grateful person, you're a contented person. Right? If you were to learn to listen carefully, listening is how we love. Most people think we love by talking. No. We love by listening. When we listen, we love. When we listen, we love. Very important as a relationship, business, everywhere. When we listen, we love. So if you were to learn how to listen, it's a skill. It's a simple skill. It's a learnable skill. Most people don't know how to listen. They interrupt. They steal the story. They don't really have the good body language. You're talking, I'm looking at a different place. My battery is nearly out, guys, so I probably have to plug it in to something. I don't even know where the power source is here in this hotel. But anyhow, so I guess you get the point, guys. The main point here, the main important point here is that, give me 1 second. So the important point I'm trying to make here, guys, is that you can grow following this principle of going to good places, exposing yourself to good places. If you go to, why do some people, like we get the similar sort of education in all the universities, why does some university students do a lot better than the others? Every country has some upsides and downsides. Why do some people in some country does a lot better than the others? It's the place, guys. It's an ultimate leverage. Your location, your place, your choice of place is an ultimate game changer. So get to a better place, improve your place, improve your location if you want to. That will change the game for you. And that will introduce you to good people. Places will give you good people. Good people will give you good mindset. Good mindset will give you willingness. Willingness will give you desire to learn. Learning will make you skilled to earn more, to use your time more carefully, and your time will give you money. This is it, guys. So always remember the beginning and the end. The end part of this whole sequence is time comes before money, and the beginning part of this sequence is places. Places is where it begins, and wealth or success is where it ends. So this is a mindset thing. I actually didn't want to share this with you guys. Hopefully some of you found this helpful. So it's a mindset thing. I wanted to share a whole bunch of other things, but I ended up sharing this concept. It's great. I'm actually glad that I've got so many things like this in my head that I'm glad that I got to share it with a few of you. I hope some of you found it helpful. A whole bunch of people joined here, so that's fantastic. Now, if some of you are new around here and any of these find this helpful, what I'd really love for you is to give me feedback, how I can improve, and also maybe subscribe to my channel here. I'm hoping to share a bunch more of these type of things, both in Bangla and in English, so I can speak both these languages fluently. So yeah, I hope you found this helpful. And what I would love to know from you guys is, look, I'm not an expert in everything, but I got exposed to a lot of things in life and got exposed to pain and got a very high threshold of pain. I have experienced, I didn't eat for 10 days at some point. This is the beginning of the year. This is when I go for a long fast. So all the things that I'm learning, I'd love to share what I'm learning. I'd love to know what you guys are learning. I know there are some of you out there who would be hungry for this type of discussion, communication. I don't need hundreds and hundreds of people, but I'd love to connect with a few more of you who are in a similar sort of journey, who are passionate about life, passionate about growth, passionate about fixing and improving different aspects of life, like health, wealth, relationships, and would love to do a constant journey of growth with me. In fact, I'd like to maybe even invite some of you with me on YouTube Live next time. I just realized this feature, it's a new feature, so I'd like to try this out. And guys, I'm absolutely loving going on YouTube every single day, a little bit every day, and just sharing a little chronicle of my life, what's happening at this moment of time. What I realize that we forget, and a lot of us, like if you are thinking of something like this, I would suggest go do it. Just write one line on your piece of paper. That will change your life. Just do one little action that'll change your life completely. So guys, my recommendation is go take action. Go take action. It's so easy. While I've got a little more time, I think I'll make it an hour long. So I'll take a few more minutes. I was talking to someone yesterday. Some of us, we always have disappointments in life. Your partner is going to disappoint you. Maybe your friend will disappoint you. Maybe just give me a second. Maybe your business partner will disappoint. Disappointment is part of life. So if you're getting disappointed about something, if there's something that's hurting you right now, my recommendation is allow yourself to feel bad. Feeling bad is completely okay. Feel bad, but give yourself a timeline and say, hey, if I feel bad more than an hour, more than a day, more than 2 days, depending on the situation, allow yourself a certain amount of time. It's all emotion. It's not related to the person that you're upset with. It's not related to the situation you're upset with. It's just emotion. And the emotion will go away just like a wave, and you'll feel better again. Just believe that you don't have to be an overthinker about the rough patches of life. Just think about it, allow itself the time, the room. Once you've given itself a sufficient amount of time, then decide to do better. We've got one life right now, a limited amount of time on this planet, and we've got so much to do. There's so much we can do. The world is hungry. The world is in pain, and there's so much action that we need to take. So my recommendation is go out there and take the action. Now, I know that I'm talking a lot this time, but I wasn't talking for the last 10 years in the same way. But this is my time, it's my opportunity, so I'm going to use my time connecting with as many of you as I can, and hopefully we build a community over time, a little bit of the community. Now, for the last minute or so, last couple of minutes or so, I'll just tell you my YouTube experience. So I just did casually YouTube whenever I felt like it. I really am not a great editor or anything like this, but what I tried is just to improve a little bit every day. Whenever I do it, I just love to learn, and I'm enjoying it as a hobby. I'm not in a competition with anybody. I do these things for maybe if there's 2 people out there listening and connecting and finding this helpful. I can see that there's 5 people the entire time here. So whoever you are out there listening, whether somebody I know, whether somebody I don't know, thank you for tuning in. I really enjoyed your company because I didn't feel like I was talking to just a mere screen. So that's fantastic. And I think this has been a fabulous journey. I will continue this. I will try to get up every morning and come to the camera as much as I can. I realize that if I do this type of arrangement where I don't need music, editing, any gimmicks, anything, I just come on the camera and share what I have learned from life. And hopefully that helps one or two of you to grow as well. And if I get some questions from some of you, I will definitely share those as well. Like some of you might have questions. I thought of some quirky ideas of leaving the camera on for a whole day and just connecting and seeing what happens, things like this. Maybe we'll try them. Maybe we'll try some crazy ideas. But what I think is, out of all my work currently that I do, this thing of getting on the camera and doing video is something fun, and I literally enjoy just doing this. I enjoy the process of editing, even though I'm not so great at it. Playing with sound effects, connecting with people, 1 or 2 of you. I will continue this journey for a little while. That's the idea. So anyway, guys, sending lots of love. Enjoy your rest of your day. Hopefully this year ahead is successful for you, and hopefully you crush it. Follow this process. If you forget everything, like I said, if you forget everything, there are 2 things I want you to remember. Time comes before money. So master your time. Number 1. Number 2, remember, All your progress starts with a place. So put yourself in a great place and you will get to the success, because the place will teach you, find you the people will give you mindset, a willingness will teach you to learn. You will use the learning to use your time carefully and earn wealth, success, money, whatever it is that you need, health, whatever, right? So go out there, grab those goals and keep going, guys. I will see you guys again hopefully tomorrow.